It's Wake Up with Greg and Ali on Mix 104.9. It's 10 past 7. Oh, God, it's that time of the morning.
Greg, lighten up, would you? Embrace it.
All right, we're introducing, once again, as we do every Tuesday,
Matt Cowling from Evolve Fitness. Happy Tuesday, Matt. I'm pumped to see you here.
Oh, thanks, Sally. I was going to say, it wasn't quite the same coming from Greg there, Matt Cowling.
Sick of him complaining. We've got to slap him about the place, hey?
Oh, mate, I just look out my window and there's people running everywhere and it's just like, sit down, there's a good show on.
Oh, my gosh. Perhaps he needs to change his thought processes.
Well, there we go,
Matt.
which links on perfectly to what I've got to talk about.
Cool.
So, basically, what I wanted to say today was just my own thoughts, okay? I've got some statistics and stuff that are factual to back up my own thoughts on why some people can make a change and it will stay and they'll follow through, and other people will try to make a change and then just go straight back to how they were, okay?
All right. What are your thoughts on all that then?
Stop looking at me when you're talking about those.
I was just glancing your way, Greg. So we associate mental noise and chatter with active thinking when we all know really that it's truly not. You know, when you're going, oh, there's a lot going on in my head, and you're not running that. It's just kind of running in the background, right? This sort of mental chatter that's going on. Now, 90 to 95% of physical biology and mental state is on a subconscious level. So your heart beats without you thinking about it. Your diaphragm contracts and relaxes, pulling in air. You know, that's the physiological part of it. But your mental side, you drove here without thinking about driving here, right? You know, a lot of people will work the whole day without thinking about working. You know, in particular jobs where you can switch off, their brain will go off on some unknown distant adventure and they'll be there doing what they're doing.
And wait till 421 comes around.
Exactly, yeah. So in my mind, the world has never been this subconscious, ever. So I know I always refer back to, like, the caveman times, but let's face it, that is the majority of our existence has been in that kind of era, right?
Yeah.
So we would have been hunting and listening out for danger permanently. We would have lived a lot more in the moment because we would have to for survival. You know, you see these guys in tribes tracking birds, and every little noise they pick up on. If you ever go to one of these, I went to the Amazon rainforest once, and I went with this guy who just picked everything up. Like, before you wouldn't even notice it, and he goes, there's a caterpillar of this, and he's so switched on to everything, and we're completely switched off. So we've never been this subconscious ever. Now, it makes me think that, I'll give you an example, okay?
Okay.
So if your body is 90 to 95% subconscious, when we try to make a change, we're doing that with our conscious mind, which is 10% or less. Okay, so if we try and make a change with our conscious, eventually subconscious is going to take over, right? So imagine this: you get up at night and it's pitch black. You know exactly where the light switch is, right? You can walk up to it, bang, you know exactly where it is. Imagine now you figure out there's a light switch really close to you that you're not used to. During the day, you're like, that turns the same light on. Didn't you realise it did that? That night, you wake up exhausted, you get up, the chances are you're going to go to a light switch you know, even though it's further away, rather than fumble about in the dark trying to find the one you didn't. Okay? Even though this one down here will serve you better, you're going to go over to that one. There's no way when you're knackered at that time in the morning, you're going to start moving stuff around to try and get to it. But if you did move it around or disconnect the power consciously to the other one, so you have to do that a few times, and your body will automatically go to that, and your subconscious mind will back up what your conscious mind has chosen the best path for you. So, for instance, if you choose health and fitness, and you want to train, so obviously that's what I'm getting to, you want to train, your subconscious mind is not used to that. Your biological makeup right now, what it's used to, is not used to that. So if you go, I'm going to train, I'm going to sign up tomorrow, then what do you reckon is going to happen? Your subconscious will take over, and it's an amazing way of keeping you alive and doing the least amount of energy expenditure possible, which is how our bodies are made up. But if you take massive action now and you go, you know what, I'm signing up. I'm going to sign up to this, or I'm going to give my car to a friend, something that's a little bit out there, so I have to cycle. Once you've done that a few times, your subconscious mind will then come in line with what you're consciously trying to achieve, and then it will become less of an effort. Think of this, one more thing. Think of this.
Yeah, okay.
Think of a fit friend you've got.
Yes.
Is it effortless, and do they do it without thinking?
I'm looking at Ali.
There we go. Ali trains all the time. And Ali's a beast, by the way.
I know.
Ali trains all the time.
Well,
she
mate,
does.
Friday afternoon, we're all at the tap bar. Ali turns up, has a water, and she's in her gym clothes, and she
There
goes
we go.
straight to the gym.
And it's not an effort
Friday
for her.
afternoon.
But I enjoy it.
Exactly, but Ali, I've trained Ali boxing, and Ali has got amazing in boxing. She really has, and it's one of those things. What do? Work your conscious mind
Yeah.
eventually becomes subconscious, and your body just does it.
Exactly.
Her boyfriend actually gave her a compliment the other day with her technique.
There
in
we
boxing,
go.
that is.
It doesn't come around very often, let me assure
Well, there
you.
we go. There's an achievement right there.
Yeah, but that's the steps. You've got to take those first steps, and that's the hardest sometimes.
But the
Yeah,
first
but-
steps in a way that your subconscious can't take over. If you stick your foot in, and then your subconscious takes over, it'll pull you right back. If you make it so that you can't pull your foot out, your subconscious will make you more able to keep with your foot in, if you know what I mean, keep it metaphorical. So you need to take a massive action where you can't pull out and let your subconscious pull you back to what's comfortable,
Yeah.
because it won't pull you back to what's best for you. It'll pull you back to what you're comfortable with. So with your mind, if you go, this is where I want to go, don't give yourself the way out, because you will take it.
Look, I've got a rowing machine sitting in the middle of the lounge room. The girlfriend to the GF said, hey, we're going to put that out for Cyclone Collection. I said, no, I'm going to use it. She
And-
goes, it's been there for 2 months, Greg, and you've never sat on it.
So, and it's in the middle of the room,
So
so you're
how
walking
could you-
around it
I'm
every
walking
single
around it.
time.
Take your couch out. Take your couch
Yeah,
out the
and then
living
you're
room.
gonna have to
So
sit
you
on
have
it.
to sit on it and make yourself row on
That
it.
is
And then
hilarious.
after a while, you can bring that couch back in and you
right,
would sit on
okay.
that row and do that anyway.
All right. Hey, Matt Cowling from Evolve, thanks for coming in
No
this morning,
worries.
Matt.
Thanks,
It's
Matt.
always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. There you go. That's the first positive step.
Oh, what can we do about him, Matt? Not much, hey?
7 at Mix.
Take advantage of the Darwin lifestyle on your new barbecue from Harvey Norman. The biggest and
Yeah, so how many times have you used that rowing machine?
Once.
Once.
Really?
No, I've got to use it.
But the thing is originally, like that's your conscious mind just popped in just then. I've got to use it. And at one point, you bought that with the intention of using it.
No,
But
the girlfriend had it.
All right, the
It's
girlfriend
hers.
got it. But even just you saying, I've got to use it, why? Why have you got to use it?
Because I have to keep my body moving.
So if that's something that you want to implement into your life,
Yeah.
then obviously right now what you're doing is not working. If
Yeah.
you leave it there and it's not doing it, so how can you make it so that you actually use it, but you subconsciously use it, rather than have to force yourself every time?
Said
Well,
that,
look.
you know, when he watches his favourite show, just sit on it and watch
Yeah,
television.
yeah.
That's
One
even
show a
just
night, just associate it with one show that you watch,
yeah,
and you have
even
to watch
do
that
it
show on a
during
row.
the news for the first half an hour. Just sit there and row.
Yeah.
Or in the ad breaks,
Well, I'm
do
thinking
it.
when I get home, I get straight into my shorts and a t-shirt,
Yeah,
hop on it, and do 10 minutes
yeah.
just
And you
before I
have
do
to
anything
do that
else.
before you do anything,
Else,
so that
yeah.
after a while it become habitual, and your subconscious mind will go, right, okay, I'll go in, and you'll start rowing
Yeah.
without thinking, and then you enjoy it, and then you'll start rowing more, and then everyone will go, oh, Greg, that fit guy on the radio.
They will.
I
But
know,
you will
they will.
empower other people of
You're in a
your-
very influential position
Yeah.
that you could really make a difference, so no pressure.
especially for people of his age group.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, the 40 plus demographic, you really have the opportunity to connect
And look
with
at
them.
Mark Dodge. That guy's an
Yeah,
inspiration.
he really is.
Yeah.
He is. Think about like a year and a half ago, or when we started and Fat Boss started. That's when Dodgy started, and he has not given up.
He was in this morning and he goes hard all the time. He's dropped any medication he was on right the way down, and
Yeah.
he's gained extra years in his life, but healthy, happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
he is happier too. He's always been
He's
happy,
great.
but he's happier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if that's possible.
I know.
Dodgy.
I know.